Hi, my name is Sheila Satin, and I'm the co-owner, along with my sister Lisa, here at the Satin Crystals boutique. And today we're going to have an overview about amber stones, their meanings, and answer your top 5 questions about amber. At the end, I'll also reveal our personal experiences with amber, and I'd love to hear your amber stories as well. So the 5 questions I'm going to answer about amber today are: what is amber and where is it found? What are the healing properties of amber? How long will it take for my amber necklace to work? How can I tell if my amber is real or fake? And finally, what is the deal with Baltic amber? So what is amber and where is it found? Amber is this thick resin that comes out of prehistoric trees. So these were trees that were around millions and millions of years ago, and they would let out this resin that the scientists are unsure if it's either because they wanted to heal their own barks from insect attacks or diseases, or they let out this resin as a form of excretion to clean their systems. In any case, it's the hardened resin now that we find as amber. It's different from tree sap. Tree sap is a thinner, watery, sweet liquid that trees let out, and this is where you get your maple syrups from. So amber is the hardened resin from prehistoric trees, and it is found today all over the world. It washes up on the seashores in the Baltics. You can also mine for amber, so that's called pit amber, where you can mine for it in the earth or in mines. And amber, as we said, is all over the world, but the 3 main deposits that you often hear about today are the Baltic amber, a Dominican Republic amber, which is known for its tropical inclusions, and also the Burmese amber, which is unfortunately in a conflict zone right now, but when you can get it, you'll see that it has a very diverse fossil inclusions within. So again, amber is another great stone. It is an organic gemstone, so it's not quite a gemstone, but it is coming from a living being. So an organic gemstone, and it's very prized because it often has all these prehistoric inclusions, whether it's insects or fur or feathers or little sticks and leaves, so we can tell what happened in the prehistoric past. So what are the metaphysical healing properties of amber? In crystal healing, amber is used to open and balance the solar plexus chakra, which is our emotional centers, and the sacral chakra, which is our sexual and creative energy center. It also helps you see the humor in life, so not to take everything so personally or seriously, just to enjoy life. It's also great for connecting with nature and history. So amber helps you to ground to this very present moment, but also to appreciate where we came from so many millions of years ago and how it has brought us where we are today. In crystal healing, amber is also used to aid in decision making, strengthening the immune system, and also boosting up your memories. So how long will it take for my amber necklace to work? This question is specifically related to the baby teething necklace, which holistic-minded parents have been crazy about for the last few years. And so there is a science or a logic behind it, but unfortunately it does not actually work in the way that people think. We do have some information about this on our amber article if you wanted to learn more, but in general, we don't recommend amber necklaces for babies. Besides the strangulation and the little beads in their mouth is not really effective in the teething ritual. However, for responsible kids and adults, amber necklaces are great energetically. They bring joy and a great color and fashion to everybody's life. How can you tell if your amber is real? So first of all, we have real amber, which was from tree resin millions and millions of years ago. We have copal, which is also tree resin, but it wasn't as old as amber, so it hasn't hardened as much as amber. And we have ambroid, which is pressed amber, little bits of real amber which are pressed together. And we also have fake amber or synthetic amber, which is made from resins or glass or plastics or a mix of all of those. So to tell if your amber is real, there are some tests that you can perform. And some of these tests are not exclusive of the other stones. So for example, some tests will determine if amber is not a plastic, but it still might be a copal. So you're gonna have to try a few different tests if you have a variety of stones you want to test. So I'm just going to tell you about 4 different tests that you can perform, and there are more which we will link to below. So one of the tests is that you can rub amber vigorously on a piece of fabric, and the amber will create electrostatic energy, so static electricity, which will attract little hairs or little pieces of paper or dust. And copal, if you do the same thing, it'll actually heat up and turn a little sticky, so you know that it's not amber. Amber will not turn sticky when you're rubbing it. Another test you could do is you can place amber in heavily salted water, and amber, it'll float to the top in salt water. Copal may also float, however, but other synthetic ambers will not float, especially if they have some heavy glass or plastic in them. Another test is the hot needle test. So the needle, you can just heat up the needle tip and then you insert it into the amber, and real amber, it will have some resistance. It won't go in very easily. Copal will go very easily in, and amber will have a very deep scent, deep pine scent, whereas copal won't have the same scent. And of course, if you're poking it into a synthetic material, it'll have a chemical smell. And lastly, you can use the acetone test. So acetone, like you have in your nail polish remover, you can place amber and copal in the solution. Amber will remain in its hardened state, and copal will have a sticky texture to it. So that's an easy way to tell between copal and amber. We do have additional tests on our web page, and of course you can always take it to a gemologist if you're unsure. But as you continue to become familiar with amber and copals and other materials and gemstones, you'll get a feel for it. So you might as well start collecting amber today. So what's the big deal about Baltic Amber? So if you know anything about amber at all, you know that Baltic Amber is the most popular amber out there. And I would say it comes down to marketing. So way back in the Roman Empire, the nobility went out and sought Baltic Amber so they could show off their power and their prestige and their wealth. And it remains popular to this day. So Baltic Amber was one of the first deposits found by mankind, and it also remains one of the largest. So Baltic Amber can be found most in Russia, Poland, and the Baltic area. Even though other deposits of amber have been found around the world, like I was saying, the Dominican Republic and the Burmese ambers, they have not had their time in the limelight because amber has been so popular in the mainstream. So as you can see, I have all Baltic Amber on right now. So those are the answers to our top 5 questions about amber. But before I go, I want to tell you our personal stories with amber. First of all, my sister Lisa says amber is one of her top 5 favorite stones. So the first time she encountered a large selection of amber was back in the early 2000s when Satin Crystals, we used to show at trade shows, and a Polish vendor set up next to us, and he had a large variety of Baltic Amber. So this opened her eyes to this organic gemstone. And then she moved to Budapest, Hungary, and lived there for a few years, and she has learned a lot about Baltic Amber since then. We also have connections with Baltic Amber directly because of her living there. So it's a great source for us. My personal experience, I did not know much about amber at all, and all I knew was that it came from ancient trees. I didn't even know that there was a difference between sap and resin until I did research for this video. Unfortunately, there is a lot of conflicting information out there, so you have to really do your research about amber to find out the truth. In any case, I was inspired when I went to my sister's wedding in Budapest, Hungary, to create these amber travel earrings. So these include some Baltic Amber stones with hearts, with little world maps. So they're great for travel lovers, history lovers, and gemstone lovers. Nice, lightweight, portable, and they make a great style as well. So for all amber lovers out there. Do you have any amber stories to share? We would love to hear them. Thank you for watching. Please do subscribe to our channel for additional crystal healing videos. And as always, thank you for your positive energy at Satin Crystals.